What's up, movie fans? My name is Chandler, and welcome to Chan-Man Movie Reviews. Today we'll be doing the first episode of my series of movie reviews with the 2020 film Bad Boys for Life, starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. The film was released on January 17th, 2020, 16 years after the release of the second film. Unlike the first two films, this film was not directed by Michael Bay, and instead was directed by Bilal Fallah and Adil El Arbi, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced those names. The film takes place 16 years after the events of the second film, where now detectives Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett have to face against a new force from Mike's past that is out for blood. The film got a 77% on the tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes and a 96% on audience score. And in my opinion, this film was excellent. It was a great way to bring back the franchise, which was thought to have ended 16 years ago. It was funny, it was filled with action, and it was a great way to bring back two excellent characters, Mike Lowrey and Marcus Burnett. The chemistry in this film between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence is just as great as it was in the last two films. In the opening scene, we see the two of them driving around Miami as they're being chased by police because they're trying to go see Marcus's daughter give birth. And in the car, we see Mike being all cool as usual, and Marcus freaking out as usual, and saying, "Get me out of this car," because, well, he's Marcus. And later, we also see a great emotional scene between the two of them after Mike gets shot and comes out of the hospital. He wants to go revenge, so Marcus decides he's going to help him because, well, he's his friend, so the two decide to go be bad boys one last time. And this film is hilarious, with many great comical scenes. One in particular is when they brought back Dennis Green's character Reggie from the second film, who is now married to Marcus's daughter, and it's great to see he's just as awkward as he was in the last film, and it's also great to see that he looks just like he did in the second film, just with slightly shorter hair, but he looks like he had not aged at all. Also a hilarious scene where we see Mike calls this new group called Ammo as being a High School Musical boy band with guns, which is funny because one of them actually played in High School Musical, which is a little nod to that. There's also a great scene where Ammo starts singing the Bad Boys song, and Mike and Marcus just tell them to stop immediately and never do that, and that they're messing up the lyrics, which is a nod to what happened in the second film, where Marcus did the same thing. It's also, probably the most hilarious scene in the film was when, after Marcus and Mike are tracking down a suspect, the suspect ends up hitting his head on a wall, and there's a gigantic bump on his head that Marcus cannot stop touching, and it's just a hilarious body comedy scene. There's also, just like in the last film, plenty of action. Great car chases, gunfights, especially at the final fight between Isabel Aretas and Armando, who are the main two villains in the film, and their cartel members against Mike, Marcus, and Ammo in this gigantic mansion with helicopters and everything. And this film also brings some great emotional scenes to the series. One in particular is when we see Marcus going to church and saying that he will have no more violence if God brings back Mike. And there's another great scene where we see probably the best plot twist I've seen in a while, being finding out that Armando, who shot Mike in the beginning, is Mike's son, and that he got together with his mother, and that was the reason she wants to kill him, because she betrayed him, apparently. And I thought this was an excellent way to form it, because it's been 16 years since the last movie. It makes sense that he's this age, and it works. It actually works as a good plot twist. Even though I thought this film was amazing, there was one scene in particular that I was not a big fan of, and that was the death of Captain Howard, who was a great character in the past two films. He was killed by Armando as a way of hurting Mike in a sense, but I didn't think they had to do this because he was fine. He was not exactly a main character always out there, but I get it. They had to get something to hurt Mike and want him to get more revenge on this guy, but I didn't like how they got rid of him. He was a great character, so yeah. However, even with this, I still think this was an excellent film. It was perfectly made. It was a great way to bring back this franchise after 16 years. And for a final rating, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It was an amazing film, and I loved it. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video on my review of Bad Boys for Life. Please like and subscribe, and I'd like to mention that this video was filmed by my sister Kaden, so I'd like to thank her.
Hello.
And also, please, give me your review on this movie. I thought it was really good. Maybe you thought something different. Please, tell me in the comments below. Thank you.